They can become more unpredictable, so the dog then become, like if you've got a reactive dog, they get more up. You could try get the dog to start to warm up would be rewards, so like reward for eye contact, we'll do the same thing. You just got to be careful because rewards are going to have, there's always going to be something else that's going to come with a reward because it's going to put the dog into a state like you call it like a dopamine state, so the dog starts to feel good about what's happening, but the only thing with that is arousal comes sometimes, so they can become more unpredictable, so the dog then become, like if you've got a reactive dog, they get more up, and then you've then got to correct them to de-escalate them, but they generally go, they're already at a 5 rut and they go to 10 very quickly versus making the dog calm. It's easy to work the dog at a lower range, if that makes sense, when it's very reactive, if that kind of makes sense. Yeah, so the misconception, I guess, of reward-based training is like, yes, it puts the dog into a dopamine state where the dog is like happy and enjoying things, but if the reaction is already there, that is going to need to be corrected, and you're working the dog at a higher range on the scale of say 1 to 10. The dog's already at like a higher state, so it becomes actually more unpredictable and it fires up quicker, meaning that you actually have to correct it harder, if that makes sense, because it's got more energy in the behavior. So what is better to do is correct the behavior first, get rid of the behavior, and then build the dog back up place so that it into that state, so that it place it good. And then you can bring it out and make it happy or whatever. But if you get the corrections right and you put the right amount of pressure on the corrections, the dog will never slump. Like you can avoid slumps completely if you always use the right amount of pressure, and the better the trainer is, the more they can use the right amount of pressure at each moment pretty much, so you never get the correction wrong, if that makes sense. So that's the goal. That's the goal of the training, is to always match the intensity.